Howdy, 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 everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to create a Power Automate flow that PDFs all files in a folder. We're going to show you some of these example documents that I have. We have some Excels, we have some Word documents with different formatting within each one, and we are going to create a flow that is manually triggered. And it's going to automatically PDF all of these and then pop them into our output folder, which, if it loads, there it is, which will output into our PDFs folder. And we'll talk about some customizations that you could make along the way as well. Cool, so let's get started. So you can tell this is one that I created earlier, but we're going to start from scratch today. So we're in Power Automate, we're in My Flows. Make sure that you're in whatever environment is appropriate for your workspace. And we're going to hit New Flow and Instant Cloud Flow. We're going to give it a meaningful name. So for me today, it's going to be PDF files in a folder. And I'm going to say underscore demo for right now. So manually triggered flow. It's not going to be any of these other instant flows. It's going to be manually triggered for today's example. Hit create. Seeing as this flow is pretty straightforward, we can keep in New Designer, but it's always an option to go back to Classic. It just still works better right now. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to list all files in our folder. Now note that currently this only works for OneDrive files. Unfortunately, there's no inbuilt Microsoft ability to do this in SharePoint. So we have to kind of work with OneDrive. And I might talk about ways that you can leverage these OneDrive components and automate it so that you can still get the results using SharePoint as well. So first let's do list files in a folder. List files in a folder. And once it loads, I'm then going to select what folder I want it to get all those files from. So PDF test, and in there it should be ready to PDF. So I'm going to select the folder, not the arrow, but the actual folder. PDF test, ready to PDF. Awesome. Then my next step is going to be the OneDrive convert file action. And you can see here. So currently it is in preview, but we should be able to smash it. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we are going to provide the file ID. Now you'll note that I have more than one file in my folder. So what's going to happen is that this ID is actually going to force it to become a loop, which is actually great because then we don't have to format the loop. So let's actually, no, we want to hit the lightning bolt because it's going to be a variable that we've got throughout previous steps. So list files in the folder ID, that is the unique item that we want. You can see it automatically created a loop for us, which is great. And the target type is PDF for today, but you can see that there are some other examples here. All right, the next step is going to be create file. Simple as that. Now, depending on your use case, right now today I'm going to just create a file to OneDrive within my print folder that I demonstrated earlier. However, if you did actually want to send the output files to SharePoint, this is a point where you could do so. So let's hit create file. Selecting my folder path, PDF test, and there should be PDFs. The file name. So the file name is actually going to be the same as my input file. So convert file name, and the file content is going to be file content from that convert file action as well. All right, let's hit save. All right, we got a good save. Now let's just remind ourselves we have, apologies, my internet's so slow today. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 documents in here. And if we go to our print folder right now, there is none. Now, what's going to happen when I hit test, manual, test, Let's allow these permissions once they come through. Run flow, done. All right, we got 2 ticks. It's recognized my 5 files and it's just looping through them. Nothing coming through just yet. Oh, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. Your flow ran successfully. Awesome. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with my Gantt chart award and so on. So as we remember, some of these items were Excel sheets. Oh no, that's a bit funny. They did not necessarily come across great. So one of the things that you have to remember when doing Excels in particular, especially depending on their size as they can range, is that you need to set up the print views within the Excel file before you go through this process. But that's fine. Noted, we can totally manage that. This is a, just a Microsoft template that I pulled, but here we go. It's definitely a PDF invoice. Too simple. Another simple invoice, which is from Excel. Again, noting that for Excel to have the best output for this automation, you need to set up those print areas. Which honestly, if you set it up as a template and you integrate your Power Automate to pre-fill components of the Excel or the Word documents and make sure that the print areas are set up correctly, you can get really great results on scale. And let's just have a look at our last flyer. Pretty simples. So that was a really quick tutorial on how to PDF all files in a folder. You could quite easily change the trigger to be when a file is added. And you can also change the output folder to be the SharePoint folder destination that you might like. An alternative that would be really good would also be slotting in when a file is added, or perhaps list all files in SharePoint, being able to copy them across to OneDrive, run the conversion process, send the output to your destination SharePoint folder, and then delete all of those temporary copies that you created to enable this process. Now, yes, there are third-party connectors that can automatically do this within the SharePoint space without having to create these copies. However, they normally come with subscriptions and you don't always know where your data is going. So if your company data is very private, very secure, and you don't want to risk third-party sources having your data in any way that you might not know how they might use, this is a great way to make sure that you stay within the Microsoft tenancy. So that's all for today. Thank you and bye.